Hi, I'm architect Monica Khosla Bhargav. I run an architecture and interior design practice by the name of Kham Consultants, and today I'm going to be showing how to create a color palette for your house. Color is one of the first things which we perceive when we walk into a room. It hugely impacts our mood. It's what creates the vibe of the place. And a common mistake that people make is that they assume that color is the color of the walls of a room, when essentially it is the sum total of the reflections of all the surfaces in a space. So for instance, let me explain that a room with, say, creme brulee or beige walls with a white floor and a white ceiling would look quite different from a room which had the same colored walls, but it had a wooden floor and a black ceiling. Next time that you're deciding the color scheme for your house, don't just take out the shade card of a paint company and start marking out your favorite colors. Start by creating a color palette. List out the colors of the more permanent surfaces in the room, like the floor, the furniture. Bring out the art, the objet d'art, the artifacts that you would like to use in the room, and then start choosing the color. Also understand that the interior design canvas is huge, and what may look nice on a small box in your shade card may not look so good when it's magnified on all the walls. After all, the walls are the largest surface area of your room. There are essentially three kinds of color schemes that you can follow. If you're a minimalist like me, you may enjoy the achromatic color scheme, which I have in my courtyard. It's the basis of Zen. It uses just the basic colors, blacks, whites, and all the grays in between. In fact, gray is my favorite neutral. I feel it's more neutral than black and more neutral than white. And the green, which comes in through plants, it's also perceived by the mind's eye as a kind of neutral. So it can be added to most any color scheme. If the achromatic is too stark for you and yet you want to play it safe with the color, then go in for the monochromatic. So this is a color palette which uses shades of the same color. So use all the tints and the tones. Tints are color which are tinged with white, and they tend to brighten up the space. And tones are the colors which are tinged with black. But I strongly recommend that you use the tonal end of the shade card for the designing of your space, especially for the walls. Now look at this. I've used here the tints on the draperies as well as the furniture, but the walls, they have been tinged with tones of the same color so that they tend to recede back. And this helps in bringing out the furniture, the objet d'art, and also I feel that, when we do this kind of a color scheme, especially the subtle blush in this space, it reflects on your own personality and brings a certain glow which you carry back with you. Another thing that we need to keep in mind is to design the temperature Kelvin of the space. So hotter and tropical zones, they like to bring in the cool colors, and the colder regions, they like to use the warm hues. So in this room, we managed to neutralize the blue of the bed with the gray of the wall, and we also managed to shift the point of focus from the blue of the headboard to the painting on the wall behind the headboard. So what's the real challenge? It's when you're working with multiple colors and designing with a polychromatic color scheme. I very rarely work with bold colors unless it's for children's rooms. I find that although they are very exciting, but then they are time bound and we tend to outgrow them. What I do is I work with the accents and I use what I call the drizzle effect. So like here, I pick up the teal in the furniture and splash it on the rug. And then I start picking up the colors from the rug and using them on the accessories, on the cushions, etc. in the room, and develop my color scheme. For the living areas, I love using the earth tones, sometimes even contrasting ones. They create a huge connect to nature, and you can almost never go wrong. So like you see in this space, I'm using the drizzling effect, the colors move from the tan of that sofa to the carpet to the landscape on the wall. In fact, look deep in. It's the color from the waterfall that starts returning into the color scheme of the house through the blue cushions, the blue ceramic birds. This was the same thing that we were seeing in my last video, where Mandira Bedi in her house was showing the painting in her living room and the way she had brought the colors into the cushions and accessories into her living hall. And if you haven't seen that video, then it is linked below and check it out. One last piece of advice. When you're choosing a deeper or bolder color or a smoother and more reflective color, then make sure that the surface is 100% perfectly finished. Otherwise, all the defects are going to start showing up. And if you think that the surface of your wall is not perfectly smooth or not well finished, then stick to the lighter and more matte shades. So go ahead, follow your heart and create your palette. Do what makes you happy and you'll never go wrong. And if this video has helped you, then don't forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching me.